I still can't hear you, Octo, in case you're talking. I have no idea why. Let me get Walt in here and see if I can hear him. Hey, Walt, can you hear me? Okay, so I can't hear you either. That means it is definitely something wrong with my at my end. That is very curious. Why can I hear nobody? Hmm. Okay, let's try this with off. Headphones. Walt, could you just try talking again?
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, finally, thank you.
It's
Yes,
working.
yes, it was my my Bluetooth headset. Uh, Octo, that was not your fault. That was my fault. Oh, did he just leave? No, he's still here.
Hey, hello. Can you hear me now?
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
Ah, good. Okay.
I'm just gonna mute you guys real quick and check that the audio the Twitch audio is desktop audio is all set up. I'm just gonna mute you guys real quick and check that the audio the Twitch audio is desktop audio is all set up. I'm just gonna mute. Okay, it's good enough. Ah, nice talking to you, Walt. First time
Indeed.
yeah. Right. We're just waiting for the last few people to set themselves to online. No more stupid management issues like we had in the first few tournaments. We're down to the users now. So, are you quite prepared to listen to me talk for the next 2.5 hours? Because,
Somehow it'll be fine.
oh, you think so? Because
I have faith.
I get pretty annoyed with myself after 2.5 hours. So, good luck.
It is a long time to have to keep talking.
Yes. At least I have people to talk to this time instead of just me talking to myself. Oh, that's sad.
Well, who are we still waiting for?
We're not waiting for anybody. We're just waiting for we're gonna give them 5 minutes after the tournament starts to all set themselves to online. This way, I will be able to make the brackets based on who's actually here.
Okay, great.
Also, I don't know if it's because it's Walt is here, but we have a really full roster here. So. In fact, I don't think we've ever had a tournament with this many people.
People actually participating in it.
Yes.
That's cool.
How many do we have in this one?
We have 23 current 24 actually. That's enough for
Not
8
bad.
FFA. I hope this doesn't turn into a Q&A session with Walt. Because my original plan was that we could get Octo and Murgo to talk to you instead. I can just like focus on a tournament and be lazy. But it looks like I'm gonna have to do some work myself as well. So
It's all you.
Don't worry, once the game will start, I will have something to talk about.
yeah, it is quite boring around here before the game starts.
Sometimes I try spice up the things with questions, but I pretty much ran out of ideas what to ask.
I had an introduction written. Well,
You mean like,
yes, I was
Yeah,
going
you
to
can
introduce
talk.
Walt and you, but let's just
Do
say
we have
it was
like a soundtrack or something we can get introduced with?
You can get the Cosmoteer soundtrack you're introduced with, which if I last checked, is nothing.
Yes. The soundtrack is whatever you put on in the background while you're playing.
Well, just the ambient sound.
It's not the most exciting.
No, not really. That's okay. The battles are plenty exciting enough without the soundtrack. Man, it really is boring in here, isn't it?
Well, here's something to celebrate. The multiplayer server has now been running for 5 months and 2 days without crashing once.
impressive.
Yes, very impressive.
I probably just jinxed it for the tournament.
Oh, well, that usually happens anyway. We stop blaming you after the first few tournaments. I mean, it's still your
Well,
fault.
I mean-
We just don't say it anymore.
Unless, well, I think it's more likely the game will crash than the server will crash. But
I mean, in all the tournaments, we didn't have many crashes, did we?
I can't think of any.
No, we actually didn't. We had a few desyncs, but that's probably due more to the players having laggy internet connections or computers. than the game.
Lag doesn't actually cause desyncs. Desyncs are just like straight up bugs in my code.
Really?
Yeah.
Something
It's
I
when
heard.
the each computer try to do something else in the game, right? Like they each have,
Yeah, it's like
like
yeah, there's some calculation it has to do, and for whatever reason, one computer ends up with one result, and the other computer ends up with a different result. That causes a desync.
Mm.
A lot of lag will just cause a regular disconnect.
Well, from my experience in multiplayer games, sometimes if you have a game with a lot of people and one of them leave in the middle, it can cause a desync too.
I'm sure that's possible. Still a bug in my code. Like that shouldn't happen. In theory, there should never be desyncs, but there are because I'm not the
Not a
world's greatest
perfect
programmer.
world.
I will say that for a game this early and it's is this even beta? This is alpha, isn't it?
I don't even know what I'm calling it. I guess I'm calling it pre-early access.
Yeah, so this early in its development, I think it's the stability is quite good already compared to some
Yeah.
other games I played.
Yeah, if you don't do anything really crazy, the game almost never crashes.
Good. I think that's truer for some people than for other people who have like graphics driver crashes and things like that. But for like, I don't know, like 98% of people, it actually seems to be working quite well. It's the advantage of like actually putting my game out there for free for people to test it. Is it definitely did not used to be this stable.
Oh yes, I remember Starlight. What was it? 0.4.5? You played the game for 30 minutes and it crashes? Those were the good old days.
Back when there were only cannons and nothing used power.
It was, I will say that, it was probably the most fun I've ever had back then. When I was still like actively building ships because that was really fun.
Sure.
Yeah, except when you actually get to playing the game, that's when it sort of started falling apart.
Well, this tournament, I really hope we get to see a lot of railguns because they are definitely the most visually pleasing weapon.
Has there been a tournament since the patch with all the balance changes? Was the
What?
After Dark tournament after that? It probably was, right?
Yes, I'm pretty sure.
It'll be interesting though. Can you send me the password?
It's Walt.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. It's Walt with a capital
The
W.
capital W.
Oh, I have to capitalize my name.
Okay, let me just change it to Walt without a capital. Okay, now everybody's joining.
That's why I said you should send it to me instead of
People
telling me
like
to
I leave it to man, English is a really hard.
It's a dumb language. It's okay. No one
Yeah.
speaks it well.
Let me just kick everybody from here. Yeah, I usually release the passwords in announcements anyway. I will say though, it's not quite boring for me. I've got lots of people talking to me. Mainly people who can't find who either can't find the server or
Can't find the password.
yes, or people who want to like spectate. And last minute people who want to join the last minute.
Yeah, I get some of those messages too.
And you're not even yellow.
I'm blue. That's enough for them.
Yeah. Man, it sure would be nice if we had a game that could automate all of this.
Yeah, well, who's the dev? Why isn't he on this?
I don't know. That guy's pretty lazy though.
Yeah, so back to the introduction. Hi guys, I'm Octo. I will co-host this tournament with Memories and Walt. Hello.
That guy is the other guy who hasn't talked yet is Walt.
Hey folks.
He's the idiot who made the game. This buggy mess of a game with no features.
Well,
I'm joking,
thanks
I'm
a
joking,
lot.
I'm joking, I'm joking. Don't fire me.
I know. Moderator privileges revoked.
Do that to Modbot. He's talking to you too much. He's delaying the game being made.
I won't fire you, but I'm gonna cut your salary in half.
Damn it! Okay, I think it's about time to start. We've got 26 people. I will just quickly go make the brackets. Now, tell me, do you think it's better for me to somehow try and include everybody, or are we gonna have to make two people sit this one out? What are your thoughts, guys?
I don't know. That's your call.
I thought I could be lazy for once and make.
Wait, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. What did you ask?
Oh, never mind. I'll do it myself. You know what? I bet I can get all 26 people and the tournament, and a whole bunch of them aren't actually here because they're not actually showing up. Okay, let's do this, dude.
Guys, just to clear things up, you can join the game when Memories will ping you in Discord, okay? Don't join the game before that.
I wouldn't worry about that. If they're not supposed to be there, I'll kick them once the battle is about to begin. While I'm trying to arrange the brackets, maybe Octo would like to introduce our, well, not introduce, say who. Damn it, English is really hard, isn't it? Give a rundown of our participants. Like who's the big powerhouses here?
Okay, yeah, I would like to do that. Okay, so first one in the list is One Eye. We all know his guide is pretty famous. This guy pretty famous at this point, especially because of his guide. He's a very decent builder. He knows what he's doing. I hope to see him, if not at the finals, then at the half finals or at least the final four. After that, we have a few participants I don't recognize. Then we have Cole Rocco. He won once or twice, I believe, the tournaments. Pretty decent. He usually use kiters. Probably gonna see him at the final four too. Then we have Pyrus, which I also recognize. Also a decent builder. He have shown a great improvement from the tournament to tournament, so I hope he will get far. This one. Tartaros is the next one. We've seen some of his ships in last tournaments. I don't know what he will bring this time. He wasn't very inconsistent with his ships and how well they were built, so it's hard to tell. After that, obviously, we have Irania. She always gets to the final four. I would expect her to do so this time too. And Polar Bear, the current champion, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Won the After Dark one, not the official tournament.
Yeah. Actually, three people that I don't see in here, which are the really heavy guns, are Dallas, Nope, and the Orb. When they are missing, I think the guys you should put your eyes on are Polar Bear, Verania, Kuroko, and One Eye. I think these are the four leaders. After that, you have Pyrus, Tartarus, and there are some guys that I recognize from multiplayer, but I haven't seen enough of their ships to tell you. I think these are the guys that you should put your your eye on, especially Kulruko and Polar Bear. With yeah, I think these two will be in the final, unless Polar Bear will get to fight Kulruko earlier. Then yeah,
I
I think
apologies for the delay, but I'm still working out the brackets. Well, I'm writing it down, so yeah, we're gonna
No
need
worries.
another 2 or 3 minutes.
from what we've seen from Polar Bear, the last tournaments, he have a wide variety of ships, but it seems that his favorites are the laser triangles, if I remember correctly. They are really strong in the meta right now, and I think Polar Bear might have a chance to win this one too, but Verania and Kuruko and One Eye, all three of them can be a pretty big obstacle in his way. But he's definitely the leader for this one. And again, if not to talk badly on anyone, but I don't think Polar Bear is the strongest player right now. I just think that the three strongest aren't in this particular tournament, which are Dallas, Nop, and Orb.
Well,
If I recall correctly, all three of them have beat him.
actually,
in
Orb
different
lost to
tournaments.
Polar Bear last tournament. I bet you didn't know that. So,
Oh no, I didn't. I wasn't at the last tournament.
yes, lazy.
Well, I mean, he might have improved since I last saw him. But yeah, he's definitely, as I said before, he's definitely. I would bet my money on him if I would.
Wait. Did we just lose? Oh.
Okay, let's talk about Verania. Verania is really a veteran at this point. I think she participated in all of the tournaments until now. I'm not sure about that. She might get a wildcard ship that I'm looking at her profile. They're so close yet so far. Tag, you really done this one dirty. Memories.
I'm sorry. What? Oh, well.
How many times did you get second place?
Too many times. It's basically a meme at this point.
Well, yes. So Verania might pull off a crazy ship that will beat anyone else. We don't know. Same goes for One Eye. He's very consistent with his ship building. All of them are good. All of them are tested usually. And he's saying a few new ships and have been practicing a lot lately.
Okay,
that's great.
I finally have everything written down now. We have the brackets up. So, let me get up. Yep, round one we have Pointer versus Oigium Prime and Pyrus in a free-for-all. Yes, we're going with the 8-round free-for-alls, because that way we can have as many people in here as possible.
Okay, so for this round, I've seen some of Pointer ships. I don't know if they are that good. Eugen Prime, I don't know him, but Pyrus is definitely improving from tournament to tournament. He's playing a lot of time, and I definitely think he will win this round.
Oh, looks like some people can't see the game. Maybe they're on arena pre-build.
Yeah, guys.
Yeah, if you're on
be...
the arena preview build, you're on a different server.
Yeah, so make sure you're using the official server and not the test server.
you need to how do they say it? Downgrade to the stable version.
If you downgrade, would the settings still stay the same, and would you still go to the test server by default?
Yes. I believe so.
No, I don't think so.
Well, I don't know.
Well, I'm gonna listen to Wolt here. No offense, Octo. We're still
Not unless
waiting
you've
for.
like saved the test server as a custom server.
Okay, Pyrus, we are only waiting for you. Please join.
He can't find the server. That's the issue.
Oh, so you're probably playing on the arena test version.
That is a problem. We might have to do
Swap,
this
swap
round
someone else
later.
in earlier.
No, we usually when this happens, we just sort of rearrange the rounds so that
Sure.
another round happens first. This happens all the time, by the way. That's your fault, okay?
I take the blame for everything.
Okay, yeah. Okay, let's quickly skip round 1.
Okay, so let's talk about the guys in round 2. Joseph Deer, I don't know this guy. Sporego, same, but One Eye, I already talked about him. I definitely think he will win this round.
This is One Eye's match to lose.
Well, I also hope he will win. Usually, One Eye's ships are really pretty visually, and I hope we will see something nice this time.
Yes, we have One Eye. Yes, the first battle is always the one that takes the longest because I'm not used to doing this stuff. And there's always a few people who doesn't actually know how to join the game. Oh. And there's always another person who actually doesn't bother showing up. Have I ever mentioned that it's a bit of a pain to host these tournaments? Okay, time to get a substitute here, because it looks like Joseph is not actually available to play. Get into the game and stop this awkward silence.
Oh, one guy I forgot to talk about is Baven. Baven. I don't know how to pronounce that. I just saw him in the participant list. I missed him before somehow. Well, again, I think his ship are decent. I can talk about him because I played against him a few times.
Okay, we have 3 people. I'm gonna hold you right there. We have 3 people. Yes. Can all our participants please ready up and choose the ships? Baven.
Too many.
Baven, it's not your turn. I'm sorry. But I was just talking about Baven. I said I've seen some of his ships. I think they are decent enough to hold his own in maybe a round or 2. But I don't think they're just good enough to win against some of the heavy guns, as you called them before.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Baven didn't set his status to online fast enough. Okay, we can start the game now. You two are gonna have to talk for a little bit. I'm gonna need to deal with this problem.
Okay, so we'll start from the right top ship. Okay, let's start with Sporego. Okay, a green railgun ship with a cannon wall in the front. I can see some heavy laser blasters on the sides. These reactors definitely can chain react. This is pretty bad for the ship. I don't see a lot of ammo, but it does have some, mainly in the front and the sides. The mobility is pretty low, too low for my opinion. I don't think he can move too much and outrun the perimeter of death. Now let's move on to Italy 22. 3 small ships, 2 of them are the same kind, some lasers, some electro bolts, high mobility it seems, but and an ion beam in the front, but the reactors can chain react. The third ship, we have the blue one, missile ship with a few electro bolts and lasers on the front and some heavy armoring in the front, I would call that, but it doesn't have. In the thrust is kind of problematic the way he put it in the ship, and definitely a chain reaction between the reactors and the missile factory there. Also, the missile factory is pretty far away from the missiles, so it will take a time for it to reload. And now for One Eye's ship, it seems like a cannon wall. I didn't think he will bring one. Heavily armored space between the reactors, some electro bolts, and a lot of shields.
I'm gonna stop you right there, Octo, because the battle's beginning, and One Eye's cannon wall has just
That was
ripped.
an early kill right there.
Yep,
Yeah, demolished one of Italy 22 ships,
just
and now
ripped
he's
it right in
standing
half.
back. Yeah, I just let me finish talking about One Eye's ship. You can see it's very, very mobile with the boost thrusters and the engine rooms. It can move really fast, as you just saw. And from the cannons, the burst fire of the cannons is really heavy. And those ships are gone. No shields, and they're gone.
Well, Italy 22 is mostly out of the game. One Eye is still essentially intact.
Okay, now they are going Sporego versus One Eye. The railgun shot didn't do damage, and now they're exchanging cannon shots. Some lasers in the railgun from Sporego, but he can't hold it. And the chain reaction I talked about earlier, here it is. Yeah, as anticipated, One Eye took this one.
This dominates.
Oh, and the small ships.
I will say though, it's nice to see a cannon wall after all this time. We haven't seen one of those since the first one.
Yeah, because laser triangles counter them very hard.
Congratulations, One Eye.
We might have to shut up a bit so Walt can talk a bit more.
No, all good. I feel
yeah.
like you all know more about my game than I do.
Well, that's...
Well, it's not. It's more about the meta, not about the game.
Yes, you know more about the game, so we'll be asking you for like technical information. Congratulations to One Eye.
Oh, memories. They ask you to turn on the original colors.
I did. I make sure I did.
Okay. Okay, and now we have
Ekja
versus Zach Crazy Gamer versus Kaifer 5101. Please join.
Wow, that's they all joined. That's great.
I think
That is a miracle.
well,
You
I
have
think
no idea,
I've
Walt. You have
seen
no idea.
Ekja before.
Yes, you
I think
have.
I've seen.
He was.
I can't remember what ship he used though. The other two, I don't remember seeing them here before, so I can't tell you about this round too much. We'll have to see the ships, and then
Get
Polar
out
Bear,
of
it's
here,
not
Polar
your
Bear.
turn yet.
Stupid beer. I mean, no, that's probably not a word I should say. Well, I like it when we don't know what ships the people are bringing, because that makes it more interesting. We see a lot of weird and interesting designs, like we did in the first tournament. The one you won by being a better...
Oh!
Yeah.
Yeah, I used the bird ship, I remember that now.
That's also Walt's fault. He voted for you. I didn't expect that.
You voted for me too, what do you mean?
Okay, maybe I did, but...
Yeah, I think having the design tournament with the PvP tournament combined wasn't really a great decision, but I had fun at least. Also,
it was a learning experience.
I think I also was the only guy that ever participated in the tournament and didn't fly his own ship, because I wasn't home at the time and I had one of my friends pilot the ship for me.
Oh, so not only did you not win, you also broke the rules.
No, I asked you before. You said I can do that. I asked you before.
I completely forgot. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Oh, actually, I don't think I asked you. I think I asked Minimargle, and he said okay. But never mind. And I remember I was talking to him on my phone, and I was just like giving him orders and asking him to describe what is going on the screen.
Okay,
so let's start
with
from the top right.
Oh, top right? Okay, let's go.
Yeah. So I can see this is a compartment ship. Like, I see also the ions in the middle are blocked.
I mean, this is a splitter of some sort, looks like.
No, it can't split because it doesn't have the explosive charge on it.
Well, but it looks like it will probably split naturally during combat.
I mean, yeah, but you can see that the way he designed it, not all of the compartment can fly on their own because they have thrusters only facing one way. So I don't know about that. Also, you can see the crew is going on the structure, which is making them really slow. So, oh, the battle is starting. So let's talk about the other ship in the battle for a second. It's a box of sorts, a cannon wall, I guess.
It is a cannon wall, but
yeah.
But in a very boxy shape, so not a cannon wall, a cannon box.
I think the only problem with it will take a long time for the crew to power up the back engines, because they are pretty far away and you have to walk through engines to get there. Now the green ship and the last one, it's another cannon wall, very similar to One Eye's design, actually very similar.
And if it is similar, we can expect similar performance.
But it does have less electro bolts, and I think you have a bit more thrust. Definitely interesting. It's a good ship, definitely. You can see the compartment ship.
Sorry, you talk?
Yeah. You can. Okay, so the DSS-17A, I think it doesn't have enough shields compared to the upgraded ship. That's the name. So I think the green cannonball will win this one. Yeah. Oh, the chain reaction. I didn't. Oh, because of the factories, it chain react. Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, only one control room on Ekja's ship, and Kiefer have two control rooms on his.
I'd also make a point that Ekja doesn't actually have electro bolts, so he's gonna have a rather hard time getting through all those shields that Kiefer has.
Indeed, you can see he's starting taking damage from the perimeter of death. And another reactors, and another reactor goes. I think this is pretty much a round over. Let's see.
Well, it would be a game over if the cannons could ever reach Ekja.
Yeah, the cannon projectiles are too slow for the ship. He's using the boosting thrusters, okay.
However, Ekja
No,
is
he
definitely
can't
gonna lose.
But just let me remind you that the farther away they get from the red line, the more damage they take.
Mhm.
So yeah,
Congratulations to
GG
Kiefer
for
for
this
winning
one.
round 2. And now we need to move on to round. No, that was round 3. We need to move on to round 4 with Tartarus, Bible Team, and Verania. Oh, I appear to. Wait, never mind. This is just. Pro tip: don't have 2 instances of Cosmoteer open at the same time. That way.
Okay, so let's talk about the participant in this one. Bible Teen 55. I don't know who this guy is, but I definitely know Verania and I definitely know Tartarus. Both have shown very good ships in past tournaments, but I think Verania have a better chance at this one. As I said before, she playing this game for a long time now, and I hope to see her in the final 4 this time.
Well, I can guarantee you will see her at least in round the semifinals. I've made a bet on this and I've won every time, so whether or not you actually win is another issue. How are you liking the tournament so far, Walt? It would appear we have lost Walt. That's not
No,
great.
I'm here.
Oh.
Sorry, were you saying something?
Oh, yes, I was asking if you enjoyed the tournament so far.
Of course, I enjoy the tournament. I'm watching a bunch of people compete in a game I made. It feels pretty good.
Yes, but I was wondering if you you enjoy watching people compete in the game you made, and they're also better than you.
They're definitely better than I am.
I am quite curious how far you would get in this tournament.
Okay, let's start with Verania ship at the top right. Again, a cannon wall, but this time standard cannons. Let's talk about the fact that she have a lot of boosters, a lot of boost thrusters at the back, so she can definitely put on some decent speed. But by the look of things, a very low energy count. I don't know how she's planning on powering up this many shields with only this much reactors. I don't know. Now let's go on the laser triangle of Tartarus. I believe it's almost identical to the ship he used last time, but a bit different. I can't remember exactly. It have shields, electrobots, and heavy laser blasters. Some small lasers too. In my opinion, the reactors are a bit too much in the front. So I don't know. Also, it seems to be lacking some backward thrust, but I think he will do okay. And now let's go on the last one. 2 ships. 2 of them have a railgun in the front. I don't think the railguns are long enough to be significant, though, in this ship. The white ship have some lasers, 2 cannons, but it's a broadsider. And we all know what happened to broadsiders in tournaments. The other ship have 2 heavy laser blasters in the front with the railgun. It's a short railgun. I don't believe it will do much damage. Also, a lot of boost thrusters for some reason on this ship. But the back can definitely be in a chain reaction, and that's very good. You can see the cannon factories for some reason are very far away from the railgun and clustered with the reactors, and that's never good to have factories this close to a reactor.
The players seem to they seem to have taken the strategy of wait. And
yeah, Piranha definitely wants to wait because she will take a very long time to power her ship, and you can see it now. Her ship is fully powered,
and we can, given all those cannons, her initial burst damage is going to be incredibly high.
it's gonna be unstoppable.
I wouldn't say
I believe
unstoppable.
I believe that if she will aim it correctly, she can take both players in each of the players in one burst. I just noticed that Tartar's ship isn't symmetrical because in one side
No,
you
no,
have
no!
the
Don't point that out.
at
Don't
the
point that out.
back.
If you point that out,
No,
I'm not gonna be
no,
able to see it. Okay.
it is an interesting strategy because on one side the control room is at the back, and on one side the control room is at kind of the front. So I don't know how well will it work in making
God
the
damn
ship
it! Now I
survive
can't
longer.
see it now. No, now it's gonna drive me nuts.
Okay,
Anyway.
Bible seems to be conflicted about if he wants to fight Tartarus or not, and the railgun shot blocked by the shields.
But since Tartarus has the
Tartarus
faster
take
ship,
that.
That railgun just went down fast.
Verania is coming from behind. Let's see if she can make it. Activate the boost thrusters, and cannon starts shooting.
Varania has decided
Okay,
to.
Tartarus is spinning to face Verania.
Okay, that was a nice
And the
maneuver.
burst damage, yeah. And oh, that's a lot of cannon shots.
But most of them are actually hitting the shields, and they're hitting the Annihilation rather than the name ship war.
And it seems Tartarus is doing some heavy damage to Varanian's ship, aiming for the reactor there, definitely. And
Yes.
can he take it down?
If that reactor blows, it's gonna split the ship in half. Well, not
I
in
don't
half.
believe it will split it, but it will be some heavy damage.
Oh, yeah, you're
because
right.
she doesn't have enough energy to start with. So and Tartarus is taking some serious damage there. One control room is down. He's only have two left now, while Verania have 1, 2, 3, 3. Yeah.
Now, in the sustained damage fight, Tartarus should have advantage with his
I really
extra
don't know
reactors.
because I think she fully loaded the standard cannons, and she can keep up the fire long enough, it seems. Also, one of Bible-team ships is going for the middle, playing the safe game, but I definitely think he's going to die at some point because it seems like Verania is taking down Tartarus. Yeah, definitely seems so.
Now,
I think he was lacking. I think he was lacking some armor in his ship. As I said when I examined it, the reactors were a bit too up in the front, for my opinion. I would prefer them like 1 or 2 blocks away, so you can at least have 1 block of armor in front of each reactor. That's what I would have done at least.
Meanwhile, it's now up to Bible Team to well, not make Varania win.
Good luck
I
with
think
that.
this. I think he has a very slim chance of not losing.
Well, one lucky shot from those rail. Well, that is a very small railgun.
I
is a
believe
one
it will be
very,
blocked.
very small
Yeah, I
railgun.
think that as you can see, Verania backside is fully covered by armor, so I believe it will be blocked, and the front by shields. So I don't know.
That's
And you can see the chain
tiny
reaction
little
at the
railgun.
back, definitely gonna explode into 2 seconds.
Cannons are not. Cannons are not.
Not accurate at all. Yes.
Okay,
Oh.
now they're okay.
There you go.
There we go.
Okay.
Congratulations to Varania for winning round 4. This is round 4.
One step closer to second place.
Yes. I might have just said winning round 3 twice. Now we're going to go back to round 1 because Pyrus is playing already. Baven, stop joining. If you keep joining, I'm gonna like ban you from the game, okay? Be right back.
Guys, you should not join if it's not your turn. Amistad, I would appreciate that if you would just leave by yourself without without the need of kicking you.
Just makes things take longer.
Is everybody in here? Well.
We have 4 players in here.
God damn it. Every single time.
Also, Ivy, it's looking like you forgot to add someone to the brackets.
Who?
Baven.
Yes. Well, the thing is, that's why I said you should set your status to online. Because if you're not online, then I'm gonna assume you're not actually here. That's the problem.
I got it. Okay. We can start now. I only talk about this round and the people in it. I think Pyrus is the leader here, I would call that. We'll have to see the ships. Okay, let's start from the top right again. So Pointer with a... Okay, I think I fought him earlier today with a similar railgun design. So I think it might have taken inspiration from it. Not really similar though, kind of. A railgun tower, as you can see, seems like it can split the engines away from for some reason. I don't know why.
I'm not sure why you would want to do that.
Yeah. Next one, Origin Prime, a cannon wall with 2 railguns in the middle. I think that's gonna do some trouble for other people. It's looking pretty strong, and I think the only problem with it doesn't have enough ammo in the front. So if someone have electrobolts or railguns or something, you can just pierce through that.
I'll take care
now
of
let's go to.
We've seen the TSC.
Yeah, that's a. Okay,
We've seen that one before in the After Dark tournament, and Pyrus used it to great effect. Yeah, those railgun shots those railguns are just long enough to do some serious damage and knockback at the same time.
Yeah, I was also about to talk about the laser wall. We don't see a lot of those here, but I definitely think the combination of heavy laser blasters and small lasers is definitely very strong at the meta currently, and I think he's exploiting that fact. Also, you can see the ship is very well protected from all angles, and he's already taken down more than half of Origin Prime with the chain reaction that he had at the middle.
Those railguns are pretty deadly. They can go right through a shield, and in the last tournament, it was just ripping ships apart.
Well, I forgot to mention it, but Origin Prime had a chain reaction at the end of the railguns when he had put the reactors next to the railguns. So
yeah, that is a problem, isn't it? Because railguns can chain all the way back to the bottom.
Yeah, when the railguns chain react, I don't think they actually do damage. Or actually, maybe they do. Walt, can you help me with this? Do they do damage to the blocks around them? Because I know they can explode reactors and factories.
No,
but I don't know if.
Well, so the launcher and the accelerator only do damage like on the ends of them, right? So they'll only destroy anything that's like directly in front of or behind them. The loader, if it has ammo in it, like the ammo explodes, like everything that has ammo explodes. So if it's loaded, then yeah, that could take out other stuff around it.
So that's what caused the chain reaction, because I've seen that the reactors were just next to the loader of the So he probably had ammo in there, and that's what caused the chain reaction. I understand.
That's the issue.
And now let's
with
see.
railguns, though, because you ideally want to put the ammo factories and oh, okay, railgun versus railgun here. Oh,
Already one of these railguns is down.
Okay, I think Pyrus definitely just want to take out the engines first, like just come from the side of the ship.
Well,
going
those
for the
railguns
railgun.
aren't shielded, so if he managed to get one shot into each of those firing holes, and then he basically was. Oh, that was a nice shot.
All right, took out one of the railguns.
But he doesn't have any railguns left. Because if he can get the angle to shoot his railgun and just into the hole, then the enemy can do so too. I think you should, in this situation, you should definitely target the mobility of the enemy, because he's very low in this stat. Definitely towers. This is the biggest problem they have, is the mobility, and right now mobility is maybe the most important stat that you can have. And Nope always demonstrate this again and again when his ship designs aren't the best, but he won so many times and so consistently because he know how to abuse the mobility that his ships have, and he does it better than anyone else.
Yeah.
So
Pointer can't get into inside the ring fast enough, so he's just taking a ton of damage.
Yeah. So I think this game can go to Pyrus. Will go to Pyrus.
I'm not sure why Pointer isn't moving. Is it because the ship is too heavy?
Well, he's trying to move, but because
it's really heavy, doesn't have enough engines.
Okay, and now I think,
well,
he splitted the ship.
To a questionable decision, but okay.
Now,
I don't know what the plan is.
No weapons.
Maybe his plan was that middle six to get one of those
I think the plan was to push the enemy out of the perimeter and then use the engines and make just the engine go back. So the tower itself will delay the enemy while the engines are safe. But in this case, I think he just did it to save some time, because he had no chance with the tower attached to get back into the perimeter. Yeah.
Well, with no weapons,
With some
Pointer
shots.
is not in a very good position here. There's one of them.
Also,
now.
I forgot to talk about this at the start, but I really hope to see some interesting sumo design utilizing the new boost thrusters.
That's quite curious. We haven't seen any pushers in sumo ships.
We have seen, but not after the boost thrusters were added.
Oh yes, we haven't seen anything recently. That's what I mean. Pointer's ship has managed to self-destruct, and congratulations to Pyrus for winning round 1.
Okay, so next game will be round 6. Am I correct?
No, round 5.
Oh, we have Polar Bear, which I've talked about lengthy already, versus
Conero,
and Amistad. Let's see what ships they will bring to the game.
Okay, Polar Bear is in game ready. I should just go ping him instead, in case he's not listening to us. So, well, oh, there he is. Have you seen any interesting designs that you didn't expect on this tournament?
Not especially so far. I mean, the one ship that was a bunch of modules just connected by structure was certainly unusual, but it was not effective.
Yeah.
I think we are just waiting for someone to bring Dallas's spinning missile design.
Have you seen that?
I love
one,
that
by the way?
design so much.
Oh yes, you have. We're just waiting for Walt to click ready.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, no worries. Let's go. You have mentioned that you've seen problems with the free for all, and do you think that's currently happening in this tournament with people not wanting to fight?
Well, so there are two problems, right? Like one problem is if people just like hang back and don't fight, that's just like a couple minutes of the game being really boring, right? And then the other problem is that like when people do fight, like if one player goes after, like in a 1v1v1, if one player goes after the other player, that's usually bad for at least one of those two players, and often ends up with the third player winning.
Okay.
So let's
introduce the ships.
Yeah, top right. Yeah, we have a ship which only have boost thrusters for some reason. They waste a lot of energy though, so I don't know if you can manage to put it on for a long time. It's a laser triangle, but the bit on the front kind of blocks some of the laser shots. I don't know if it's really well designed.
Is that just decorative? I don't know.
That is decorative. It looks like
it's a very
charges.
heavy decoration.
Yeah, it looks like explosive charges, but it's actually just paint.
Okay, so next one is Polar Bear with his broadsider. Surprise. A lot of mobility on this one, as I like. I really like the colors, by the way. You always do this color scheme with the
I
white
love
blue.
this color scheme.
Yeah, it's a cannon broadsider. Interesting to see how it will perform. We also have a missile boat from Amistad. I can see a chain reaction in each compartment when the factories are clustered with the reactors.
Yes,
so
for sure.
Yeah, so like an enemy with railguns or electro bolts will demolish that ship in no time.
Yeah, I think the ship is fast enough.
Kind of low on mobility. We'll have to see how that one goes. Now it seems like Polar Bear is engaging in combat with Conero.
We'll call his ship it's called the Final Medusa. I think that's a better
Final
name than Conero.
Okay, so you can see Polar Bear ship have a really front heavy design with all of the armor there. It can block almost any kind of damage. A lot of shields and a lot of armor in the front. So I think his plan is to make the enemy waste off the ammo and energy on the front, and then he can turn to the side and attack.
A few cannon shots detonating on the Medusa.
On the shield though, not doing any damage. Yeah, you can see at the back of the Medusa, the boost thrusters are running out of energy constantly because of how much energy these thrusters use. Meanwhile, they're just going around each other, trying to get a good angle to attack.
But now the Garrote is in range of Medusa and it's firing its missiles.
Yeah, a very large missile barrage coming out, and the Medusa don't have enough PD to handle this, I think, but not too heavy damage. And another missile barrage. Again, not very damaging because of the shields.
The Medusa is definitely being targeted by both players here. Well, that one coming from the back might do some serious damage.
Yeah, I think looks like it might take out some. Oh no, not hitting the engine, but
it will take the side, kind of. I don't know. I think he was aiming this. He wasn't aiming this correctly. He could definitely take some engines out.
Let's scratch the paint.
And polar bear attacking Medusa. Missing most of the shots. Yeah. There are
The Medusa, on the other hand, is doing some serious damage. Well, it's mostly hitting
not
the shield.
serious damage. Yeah, she hits the shield, maybe. You can see
It's deceptive because the Medusa is a bit lacking on electro bolts, so those shields aren't going down as fast as I thought they would.
I think Medusa and Garrot don't have enough control for the player to maneuver them correctly, because the Medusa engines will keep running out of energy and Garrot just doesn't have enough thrusters. So we'll have to see how they can handle a polar bear ship, which is very mobile. As they are. Yeah, polar bear is saying there is some lag and
Yeah.
There's a decent chunk of that. We can see that happening. Okay, the Garrote is definitely trying to focus on the Medusa here. With all these missiles shooting, it's finally getting through the shields. We've seen a few. One of the right side modules has already been destroyed. Meanwhile, Polar Bear trying to sneak in behind the Medusa.
firing some cannon shots. Oh, the Medusa is starting to turn, and this is a bad decision because he doesn't have any PD in the back, so the missile will just chew through his engines.
I don't know if there's a good
activating the boost thrusters, trying to escape. And he managed to escape most of the damage, I think. A few missiles snuck in, but we still have all his thrusters. Okay, Polar Bear is now aiming at Amistad. Although he is using a broadsider ship, so he can shoot in both sides, and he is taking down slowly but surely the control room. One from Medusa is down. Only have one left. And the chain reaction I talked about in Garrot. I don't know. And another chain reaction. Yeah. Don't clash the reactor, guys. Don't do it.
Cosmoteer 101.
You know, all my ships made obsolete when you added that change.
Yeah, that change made the game a lot better though.
Oh yes, I agree. It's just I have to rebuild all my ships.
Yeah, when I started, I also class build ships. I remember I was just like, I wasn't designing ships for being good in battle. I was just like, yeah, we'll have an energy, and I have some weapons here. I just did it as well. I don't know. But guys, if you're having trouble designing a good ship for PvP, I would suggest you go and check out One Eye's guide or do's and don'ts for Cosmoteer in the forum. I believe it is also pinned in the Discord chat. So go check that out. You want to improve your ship build. For PvP, I mean, not design.
I will say it's quite impressive that the Medusa has held on for this long, because it was like the problem Walt mentioned earlier. It was being targeted by both players at the start.
Yeah, I almost got lucky that it was Polar Bear took out Amistad, right?
Yes. Because Amistad was aiming for that second control room on the top there.
Only 3 minutes left for that battle.
Well, that's gonna go a little longer as
Yeah, obviously, because of the perimeter of death will take some time killing them. And a cannon barrage coming out of Polar Bear's side will do any damage. Let's see.
Polar Bear is still aiming for that solo
Control room. Yeah. I mean, if he takes that down, he wins. So, yeah.
He's going slightly outside the perimeter, though.
Yeah, when he's this close to the line, he doesn't really take any damage, so he can allow to himself to be a bit out. And the Medusa is also coming out of the red line. Activating the boost thrusters to go back in. But once the boost is over, the engines won't have any energy. So Polar Bear can sneak up to the side maybe and take down the control room. Let's see.
The layer of the shield layering and the angle of the Medusa's sides is making it really hard for Polar Bear to do so.
Yeah, as you can see, it's not. It is a laser triangle, and as I said before, they counter really hard cannon walls. And both sides are basically two cannon walls stuck to each other from the back. So I believe Polar Bear will have a hard time, but I think he can win this one.
Yeah, even if like just pushing the Medusa outside the perimeter means the control room is gonna die first. It's taking some damage.
Lipski's almost had a shot on that control room.
But those boost thrusters though, very nice control from Cosmoteer. Now, since
he get Polar Bear get a shot at the control.
Going for it.
And
GG. Congratulations to Polar Bear. But that was some very nice piloting from Connor there.
Well, I didn't get that memories. Can you repeat?
Yeah, I said that was some really nice piloting from Polar Bear. Not Polar Bear, Connor Miro there. For firstly, he managed to survive a 2v1 at the start of the tournament, and then he managed to keep his control room alive for a significant amount of time. But then again, Polar Bear is the previous champion, so we're sort of expecting him to fight pretty hard to defend his title. I've been informed that at least 2 of the players are actually not here, so we might have to call in oral substitutes.
Now let's talk about round 6. Well, I can't remember me seeing any of these 3 guys in the multiplayer game or in the tournaments before. So it's hard to tell who will win this round before I see the ships. Yeah.
We're just waiting to see if anybody else is showing up. I know it must be really annoying for you two to just keep waiting, but I do actually have some management to do. Okay, we're gonna need to call a substitute. Let's see, who else is a substitute? Ah, yes, White Demon. Oh, versus Flu is here. Okay.
Well, since the player changed, Baven, I believe, I've seen his ships before. I believe he can win this round, but again, I can't tell. One of the guys might be a wild card. We don't know. So let's start from top right, as usual. A cannon triangle from Baven. I believe I've seen this before, but I don't like the chain reaction that he have with the cannon factory and the reactor. If the cannon have any ammo in it when it explodes, the chain reaction will take out the whole compartment. And now let's move on. Fast as heck from Cactu09. That's chain reaction for all of the ship. This ship is just... I can see 3 different chain reactions here.
His ship is just one big giant dynamite.
Yeah, also, it doesn't have any back thrust. It will have a really hard time moving his ship around.
I will note that his single... Well, oh no, he actually has another control room at the front. But all his reactors are... not reactors, his thrusters are connected to those... low-lying reactors at the back, so...
Also notice that the sides of the front are also in a chain reaction with the factories and the reactors.
Yeah.
Smaller ones, yes, but also. Now for the last ship from VS Flu, the Bastronikio 1.5. 2 very long railguns at the middle. I think the ship is a bit too long for it to be powered constantly. I don't know if the crew can walk that long, that fast.
Yeah, he is. He's auto-firing, he's using auto-fire on the small cannons. Not particularly effective, I must say, but
yeah,
hey, it is what it is.
Okay, now, also, oh, you can talk, obviously.
I was just going to point out that on Cactu's ship, he can power these boost thrusters indefinitely, which certainly helped. Looks like it's helping his maneuverability a lot.
Well, I guess that's why he decided to make his ship one giant firework then.
Also, VS Flu ships, I think it's kind of lacking in thrust. It can definitely spin fast, but definitely not move very fast. A lot of armor in the front with a few ions and shields. The reactors are a bit too clustered for my opinion, but I think it will be okay.
Looking at versus Flu's design, I'm quite curious about these ion beams next to the railguns, because I feel like those two are not something that you would usually put together. One of them is sustain damage, while the other one is mostly used for sniping. Meanwhile, Cactur literally has decided to use his ship as a constantly firing broadsider. That's something. That's a new strategy we haven't seen before.
Yeah, these guns are just auto firing. Why? I don't understand why you waste the ammo.
Well, in Cosmoteer, ammo is literally unlimited. Oh, that's not good.
And
crash.
The chain reaction will start in a few seconds, I believe.
2, 1.
Oh, well, we've seen a little firework. Oh, come on. Aim for the thrusters. Aim for the thrusters. We want to see bigger boom.
I guess if you're auto-firing the cannons, that keeps the ammo in the factories low to reduce chain reactions, so...
Okay, he managed to get away. Damn it, I was hoping to see a big boom.
I think because he took down too many thrusters, Oh, you can make it back to the period of death. Into the perimeter. Never mind. Yeah, a very interesting ship. Very fast, definitely. I don't know if it's very good though. Oh, I didn't see this before, but it does have some small thrusters in the middle that will help him with the back thrust. I haven't seen this before. Okay.
I will say that I think it's a good tactic in theory, just having a fast ship and auto firing. But you would need some electro bolts to actually get through the shields. Otherwise, it would just run through and hit the shields, and the shields would regenerate, and it would be wasted.
I think it's a very similar strategy to things we have seen Nop using before. I think Nop had perfected it more.
Versus Flew firing on Maven with his railguns.
Okay, so it seems like they are engaging in battle. Yes. Okay, so the ions and the railguns. Yeah, I think what is happening here is the ions are constantly decreasing the energy, the shields, so the railguns can pierce through them.
Yeah,
and
I guess
they're almost serving the purpose of like long-range electro bolters.
Yeah, I guess since electro bolts have such short range, having ions does make a lot of sense here.
And Cactus changed the battle when he's rushing into Weird Flu.
That was a big favor Cactus just gave to Maven.
Yeah.
Definitely. Not only knocked him off course, he also knocked him closer to Maven there. And in a sustained damage fight, I don't think versus Flu has any chance.
I think this is pretty similar to the guy who used 3 sticks. Can you remember that?
Oh yeah.
And one of them got stuck. Yeah, and one of them got stuck in another ship, so the guy couldn't move his ship.
That is just unlucky.
That was also like a bug in the game.
Wait, did you watch that?
No, the sticks have kind of a curve at the end, and it got stuck between 2 blocks in the.
Maybe I'm thinking of something different.
Yeah, probably.
No, I'm pretty sure it was like one big stick, wasn't it?
No, it had some structure. So the structure was, I don't know.
Alright, I will say, versus Flu still has his railguns attack, which is gonna be quite important for him if he wants to keep fighting.
But he did lose some of.
He just broke his ship. Was that deliberate for more maneuverability?
No, I think it broke from the even shot.
One of those railguns is pretty exposed now.
Yeah, that does not bode well.
But it is facing the side, the back side of Baven. Yeah, definitely he can do a lot of damage from there. If he can angle himself correctly. Oh, the chain reaction.
Yeah.
Wow. I missed it, damn it!
Well, you can watch, if someone had clipped it, you can watch the clip.
Well, unfortunately, I'm the guy controlling the camera, so Twitch also missed it.
Oh, right.
I'm sorry, Twitch. I was looking forward to the big move.
I need to add a replay feature.
I don't know if it will be that necessary.
If we actually have a replay feature, that would make tournaments a lot easier, since I could record them I could just record them and then comment afterwards.
Sure. I mean, there is basically a replay feature. I think it's in dev mode. It basically exists. It's just like it's kind of jank and there's not good UI for it. But I use it for like debugging desyncs and things like that.
You say not
Is it
good UI.
possible to use it in multiplayer?
It
And
is.
the Railgun
It only works in multiplayer.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't messed out with the dev mod version too much
Yeah.
yet.
Congratulations to
Baven wins.
Yep. That game, that battle could have gone either way until that hit from the Ass's hit. Wait, hold on a second. What's this? Apologies, I need to do some more management stuff. By the way, you say you don't have good UI, Walt, but like Cosmoteer has like some of the best UI I've seen in a game.
Oh, thank you. I'm really specifically just talking about in order to make the replay feature like an actual feature and not just a debugging thing, I'd have to build like a bunch of UI for it, and that's why I haven't done it.
Okay, we are now at round 7, right?
Yes, we are at round 7.
So-
I'm just trying to like. There are some people who are curious why they haven't been included because they haven't set their status to online.
Okay, so Cress, Captain Magma, and finally
Full
Full Rocco. Let's see how this will go. You forgot to type that Baben was the one who won.
Oh yes, Baven won. Too late.
Okay, never mind that.
It's really because there's like 10 people messaging me right now, and I'm trying to figure out what's happening. We're waiting on you, Octo.
Oh, I'm very sorry, I wasn't looking.
No worries. Let's start the game.
Yeah, I'm kind of writing someone so you can examine the ship yourself.
All right. Would you like to do the honors, Walt?
Sure. Well, starting in the top right, Cress has a fleet of ships, 3 ships. It looks like the front one is a couple cannons on the front and then some missiles on the side. It definitely looks like the kind of like the mid area of the ship is probably susceptible to chain reactions. They also have a really long railgun ship. Looks like that's all it has. So maybe that ship will kind of stand back and fire at a distance. And then a tiny little missile ship with very little defenses. And that looks like just a couple shots are just going to explode the whole thing, basically, if there are any missiles in those launchers or factories.
I really like that black and green color scheme, by the way. Just saying.
Yeah, I do too.
Okay.
It's like Captain Magma has basically a heavy laser wall with a very large rail gun. So it'll be interesting to see how that works. A lot of engines in the back that look like they might be a little overexposed, but we'll see.
Down at the bottom,
Okay.
we have Kuroko with his
Yeah.
laser triangle.
Yeah, I really expected him to bring out his signature kiters.
Yeah,
Because
those ion kiters look pretty diddly, but in a free for all, I think they're not quite as
this
good.
is it's an interesting laser triangle, and definitely have a lot of weapons on it, a lot of firepower. Kind of low on the defense side. It does have a lot of armor, enough shields, but it also seems to me pretty slow, which I think Kuroko should have for himself made a very fast ship because he's good at piloting them.
We've got our first combat. It's
Yeah,
like
some action on the top.
Captain Magma's already more or less taken down one of the Renault cruisers,
And he's taking down the second one as well.
and the second one.
There's your big boom, Twitch. There's a moderately boom.
Yeah.
Okay, so Cress is down to only the railgun. Maybe
I don't know
he
if
can
this railgun
pick up
ship
a
has
good
the
shot.
reverse thrust to be able to kite effectively.
I think it does because both of his reverse thrusters are connected to the engine room, which give a really big buff, as you know. I think he can kite effectively, but he's too close to perimeter to do so consistently.
Yep, he's just gone out of the perimeter. Shouldn't be too bad at this distance. Roko is doing that thing where he's just waiting for the other two to kill each other.
I mean, that's probably wise.
Well, it seems like Cress is changing up the direction and coming back. Captain Magma turning in too. Well, if we look at Captain Magma's ship, we can see he does have a lot of thrust on it.
He's also got a
these
lot of
huge
reactors behind the
thrusters.
shields that's gonna change. I mean, not change, chain.
No, he does have one chain reaction at close to the railgun, but the other will not chain because they have a 2-block space between them with armor in it.
Something
So
Something I want to point out is that these heavy lasers are all sticking out of the shields,
Oh, whoa.
which is kind of strange because the shields will not protect those heavy lasers.
I think he might have not known that.
Yeah, I think people think they're just the same as the normal small lasers.
Because I definitely remember some confusion about hitboxes, especially with cannons, when it wasn't clear if the barrel had a hitbox or didn't.
The barrel does not have hitboxes
Yeah,
on any
but
weapon,
the
but
turret-
the turrets all do.
Yeah, so the turret of the heavy laser definitely can be hit, and in this case it is sticking out of the shields.
Okay, finally we have Kuroko versus Captain Magma, who has basically just taken out Crest by himself. Okay, it's detonating. There's a lot of forward armor on
Yeah, that's going to
Kuroko's
absorb a lot
ship.
of that railgun.
Yeah,
Yes.
but he is aiming at both at the reactor and the control rooms at the front, as you can see.
Oh,
One
and-
control room for Kuroko is down. He's down.
Does he have any
Really?
other control rooms?
Yes, he still has two
Yes,
more at the
yes.
back though, which is probably not a good idea to aim at the control
And
room.
the
This,
railgun
this,
is
this,
gone.
this fight is over.
Yes.
Yeah, I know. So
I have a sneaking suspicion that Kuroko could have just moved in at any time and taken out both those ships. Because that is a lot of sustained firepower.
one control room left for Captain Magma, and it's gone.
Congratulations, Kuroko.
Congrats, Kuroko.
Oh, this is, that was the second to last round, was it? Yes. We are now moving to the final round, round 8.
I'm going to step aside for 1 minute to use the restroom.
No worries. In fact, I think I'm going to do the same.
Okay, so now we have Cosmoteer versus Malkar the Great versus Act Clerks. Guys, easier name, please. well,
this is Discord, so
I recall seeing Cosmoteer somewhere before, but I can't remember any of the ships that he used. So we'll have to see which ship each one bring into the tournament. I don't know.
Be right back. Man, I had way too much coffee this morning. Oh, it's not cold. Quite an exciting tournament so far. Let's see who has won.
Round 1 was won by Pyrus, round 2 by One Eye, round 3 by Keifer 5101, round 4 by Verania, round 5 by Polar Bear, round 6 by Baven, and round 7 by Kuroko 101.
Let me make a note of that just in case I lose track.
I was just reading out of my note, actually.
Oh, thank you for doing my job for me.
And now we have round 8.
Oh, welcome back. Yes, I'm just making a little management before we start round 8. Sorry for all the participants. Things I should be doing is checking Twitch chat. Okay, let's start this final round and we can move on to stage 2 of the tournament. Ah, there we go, finally.
Okay, so on the top right, we have a splitter for Cosmoteer. 2 cannons on each swarm ship.
That's not Cosmoteer,
Also,
that's
we have
Martar.
another ship with also cannons on it. Well, yeah, interesting. Normal swarmer though. From Actrecles, the 1,000,006, we have a railgun design with a few ions and a small laser on it. A heavy shield, heavy armored front, yes. And from Cosmopeer, we have these small cannon walls, 2 small cannon walls, and some kind of scout with 2 cannons. By the look of things,
Cosmopeer seems to be engaging that at the 1,000,006 with one of his small ships.
This is David versus Goliath right here.
Yes.
yeah.
However, since Goliath can't really doesn't have a wide firing angle, David might have a small chance.
Well, we do have this really nice picture that I've seen Coffee posting on the code. When she shows a really small ship stuck up just in the back of another ship.
It appears that my game has crashed.
Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah.
I'm out of sync.
I'm out of sync.
Now,
One of the players has left the game.
We might have to restart this match.
Sorry, folks.
We don't know. Yeah,
No, it's fine. It's
know
fine. We're expecting
crash,
this.
so leave.
We've been expecting this since the first tournament. Yeah, look, the game fixed itself.
I don't think we have
Oh.
No, one of the player. We don't know if he crashed or if he lived yet, but Kelkez is not in the game right now.
Oh,
So
this might be a small problem.
yeah. Yeah, I think we will need to. Oh, my game
okay,
crashed.
now the game
Oh, I
finally crashed.
We all crashed.
That okay,
Okay,
we'll blame
yeah.
that one on Walt.
What? No.
Now
Yeah,
that
so one of the
that
player,
was
one
what
of
we
the
were
player, one of the player crashed, and it caused the game to lost stream. We will redo this round. So guys, you are more than welcome to join again.
password is still Walt. Maybe I should change to Walt sucks.
Hey.
Not
I'm
nice.
joking. I'm joking. My jokes aren't funny. Don't worry. Whoever Phil Swift is, he's not part of this. He's not part of this game. So.
Oh, by the way, guys, since we are redoing this round, you are not allowed to exchange your ships.
Actually, they are allowed. They are allowed to exchange your ships. The thing is that if they don't exchange your ships, like, god damn it, let me gather my thoughts and put them into words first in my head. They're allowed to exchange your ships because it's the game rules allowed. The game rules allow them to exchange their ships every single round.
Okay.
So they're basically like restarting the round again, which means they're allowed to exchange their ships. Now, where's the last player who can he quickly join so I can stop talking about this embarrassing topic? Yes, it's Marklar. I think he might have actually crashed.
No, Actlex was the one who crashed.
Then why is Marklar not here? Oh, he can't see the server. Damn.
Oh, you restart the game. You should restart your game.
Yeah, I probably should.
No, not you. Him. You should restart the game.
Sorry, folks, for the wait. Oh yeah, it's also called Memories Game. I think that's probably why people can't see it.
There you go.
That was my fault. That was my fault.
Oh, because you renamed.
Yes,
the game was automatically
yeah.
renamed when you renamed.
I bet.
Okay,
I
okay.
hope this is okay. At least I have the Twitch chat. I have the Twitch stream name correctly. We're not gonna have any more Cosmoteer PvP tournament Julys, even though it's like actually August. Okay. Round 8, retry.
Try this again.
Okay, let's see if they change anything about their ships.
I'm assuming they're gonna stick with the same ships. Though, like, given how short that that round was, we didn't even have time to finish analyzing the ships, so I don't think they did either. Nope, they.
Okay, so
it looks like Cosmoteer
one
has
of them changed, yeah, to a cannon wall, with some interesting circles in the sides and a very interesting setup of thrusters when you have a lot of side thrust, much more than you have back thrust or front thrust. Very interesting. You will definitely be very agile with his ship. We'll see if we can abuse that in the game. Also, the color is asymmetric.
Oh, and it looks like the game has decided to turn multiplayer ship colors back to friend
Yeah, if the game crashes, changes you make don't get saved.
That's no big problem. We'll just turn back on for the next tournament. I mean next battle.
Okay, the swarm are starting to. Oh, it's looking like act like as one of his railgun hit the his own ship.
Yeah, that's a design flaw.
Yeah,
So,
it's because you can see he added the small arm.
I
And
think
because
it's
the
because
ship
he's
was
turning a
moving
bit too
to the
fast.
side. Yeah. Okay, you can see Cosmoteer is moving kind of to the side because he has so much side thrust. And he starts shooting at the Swarmer. The Swarmer still hadn't split, by the way. A lot of cannon shots are going each way.
Yeah.
And the small explosion on one side.
Uh-oh.
The game has just decided to get out of sync again. This might be a problem with either the players or the ships. Hopefully it's a problem with the players. Yeah, that would make less work for you, Walt.
I wish I knew what they were doing that was causing.
Oh, the colors on my screen of the ship on my screen suddenly changed from it crashed.
Yep. Sorry,
Very
folks.
interesting. So the player who crashed, can you please just message us on Discord? If you caused this crash twice, I don't think we can have you in the game. I'm not sure about how we will handle that.
I think it might be due to Markler.
I don't know how we. I mean, we all crashed, right?
Yeah, but there was supposed to be one player who got the not connected, the no connection found message before he crashed. When we got the desync, he got the not connected.
On the latest crash?
Yeah, okay, so Maglar, what's his name? He sent me his game is still up and it's saying resynced. So it's probably him who crashed because he also crashed us last time.
Well, hold on a second. This might actually not be their problem. This actually might be on my end.
Well, are you sure about that? Because we all crashed.
Because I'm actually getting some really high ping for some reason. Hold on a second.
On Discord, I don't think that's the problem because I also have high ping on Discord currently.
How high is your ping?
Okay, now it's getting back together.
Now it's back to 170.
So that's definitely on the Discord servers. I think these two crashes were definitely because of Marklad. What's his name again?
Marklad the Great.
Marklad, yeah, definitely something about his computer or his ship design. So I have to see how are we going to handle that.
I mean, if it's a disconnect causing a crash,
that shouldn't cause a crash, should it?
Well, if it's so I think it's it might be a disconnect causing a desync, causing a crash. And the desync and the crash are my fault. The disconnect, I think not.
Well, obviously, I mean, you can't really control other people's internet connections. I'm assuming that name player is you, Walt.
Oh, that's me.
Is that is that the pseudonym you use when you're playing multiplayer? Name player. Yeah, I think it's Marklar's problem with this. We're just gonna have to wait. We're just gonna have to like kick him out, unfortunately.
Wait, can you just wait a second? Let me dig up a few things. Check something.
Oh, this is actually a real pain because. Okay, Marklar says that it's because of his. Do you think it might be caused by the splitting of the ships, Walt?
Yeah, I believe that was the problem. If both times the game crashed,
that is plausible.
That is plausible.
I don't know that for sure, but
so I believe we can participate if we use another ship.
Okay, well, we'll try that one last time. Yeah.
Just please don't use the spinning ship yet. Okay, and while you're at it, I'm going to grab something.
Do you happen to be on a mountain, Walt? Because I'm hearing wind noises in the background.
I have a fan going. I can turn it off.
Oh, that's fine. It's fine. I'm just curious. Alright, let's start this battle again. Hopefully no crashes this time.
So sorry about that.
No problem.
Oops.
Okay, Marklar has decided to go with Cannonball this time. Good choice. That's actually not a lot of cannons on that ship. 8 large cannons and
I like
4 electrobolts.
I like the death, the front. You can see the name of the ships is Deathwing version 2, you have Uppercutter and you have 1,000,006. Personally, I like to name my ship in a color code. So I have like each color wing and purple wing and stuff like that. And that's I find it easier to distinguish them. Okay, so one of the uppercutters skirmishing against the Deathwing version 1.1. The second one joining the fight, and it seems like Act like is
Act
typing "Let's Steam" in chat.
Hey. Well, this isn't technically not allowed, but I mean, that's not exactly the spirit of the game. If I was giving out points for this battle, I'd be giving an F here. Definitely, those railguns they have some pretty severe knockback.
Yeah, well, I greatly increased it.
It's like, not only does getting hit by the railgun hurt, but you're also not positioned correctly anymore after being hit.
Yeah, if your ship doesn't have a lot of weight to it, then
Yeah, I really like the railguns. I think, except for them being the most visually pleasing weapon, I really like the sound they make.
They're also
And that's
incredibly
so fun.
satisfying when they actually penetrate.
Yeah, it's so fun to use them in the battle. Okay, so one of the uppercutters is pretty much down, the second one is soon to go.
Good thing we haven't crashed yet, so I guess it was due to the splitting of that ship. You might want to grab the ship file after this, Walt.
yeah, I'm actually writing myself a note to do that right now.
You know, I'm just resisting the urge to ask you about upcoming game features.
You can ask me about game features.
I think that's sort of abusing moderator privileges for doing that. what was that? What was that Ask Walt rule again? You do not ask Walt about upcoming game features.
That's only for the Discord channel.
I think we will have enough time between the game in future rounds.
Maybe we can schedule a 10-minute break just to ask more questions.
Well, Baltar keep shooting constantly his cannon shots, and it doesn't look like the railgun and the ions are doing damage to his ship. I mean, his side is a bit cracked, but that's all there is.
Yeah, those railguns keep hitting. The fact that those railguns get. Let me try that again. The fact that the railguns keep hitting themselves when the ship is turning is a real pain.
And a small chain reaction in the side of the 1,000,006. Oh, and one railgun is gone. Oh.
Not enough electroballs to penetrate through the shields. Unfortunately, it looks like.
Also, they are not placed beside the railgun, so the armor blocks them from helping.
Well, actually, it is. It's placed right next to the ion, but it's out of range. It looks like either that or it doesn't have a line of fire.
Oh, the railgun kind of penetrated into the ship. Not enough, though, to do significant. Oh, yeah, not enough to do significant damage. Both of the ships are kind of out of the safe zone. A small explosion in
one railgun is most of Actal's damage right now.
Definitely. Oh, and the railgun is out of range. Oh, and it's back in. Okay. And it seems
Ooh,
like
miss.
Markla is prioritizing getting into the safe zone over and keep the damage going.
Ah, that one actually hit. Interesting.
Yeah, but it was a pretty bad hit. Only the armor.
There is a lot of shields on the Deathwing, which is probably where most of the budget went. Mark Clark going out of one side of this perimeter to the other side.
Some cannon shots are coming. Let's see. Some mild damage.
No, it's still not getting through to hitting the railgun yet, so. Now, as Marklar's ship gets more damaged by the perimeter, the railgun's going to have an easier time breaking through all those all the components.
Blocked. Okay.
These two players seem pretty evenly matched. I'll say that. Oh, that's a pretty strong burst barrage. Not quite getting through though. Marklar is aiming for that control room at the back.
Big explosion there. Yeah, Deathwing, one of her side was completely demolished. Oh, and a few thrusters are gone now.
That part which broke off but is staying inside the ship is I think is really cool. Is really protecting.
It's really effective.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is blocking the shots from getting to the one control room we have.
Now, with a bit of luck, Marklar could potentially win this just by the perimeter destroying that control room fast enough. I think it's really coming down to which ship is going to get destroyed by the perimeter first.
I think the DPS that the Markla have will greatly change how fast the perimeter will destroy the ship. Maybe you can get a cannon shot to hit the control room.
The cannon shots are being blocked by the structure.
Oh, that's it.
That helps.
Oh wow, nice
Oh, the
shot!
electro bolt.
Oh yeah.
And Markla agreed.
Well, congratulations to Marklar. That was unexpected. Okay, we are now moving on to the stage 2 of the tournament. Do you two want a break?
No, I'm completely fine.
I'm good.
Okay, let me just quickly tally up. Well, I know who won. we'll be moving on to a standard bracket style with 1v1s in stage 2. And it will be, the order will be basically who won in stage 1. So, first round. Is Pyrus versus One Eye.
Well, this round definitely both are strong participants. But I think One Eye have the upper hand in this matchup.
I think once you get to stage 2 of the tournament, every participant is relatively strong. We didn't really see anybody who won because
I think in this matchup, One Eye have the slight advantage with his ship.
okay, both participants are in the lobby. So while we're waiting for the participants to choose your ship, I am going to ask a question about Cosmoteer. Are you focusing primarily on multiplayer or single player at the moment?
Sorry, say that again? You broke up.
Are you focusing primarily on single player or multiplayer at the moment?
I mean, right now I'm focusing on just adding new weapons and stuff. Although the next update will be
Arena,
mostly just multiplayer.
Okay, so let's
quickly
look at the ships.
First.
So One Eye didn't switch. He's still using the same cannon wall. Very agile, very mobile. 2 bolts, cannons, the same. And Pyrus is using a diagonal cannon ship.
So cannon triangle?
Yeah. Usually the cannons aren't that good when they are in that angle because sometimes block the shots of the gun behind them. I don't know how this will go.
Yeah, I mean they're pretty well spaced out.
It looks like One Eye is going to try and get the Sabertooth to behind the cannon triangle.
A lot of Pyrus shots missed because One Eye dodged right. This is definitely a big advantage that he has. Ship is very, very
yeah, good early hits from One Eye.
Definitely.
Colors should be. God damn it! Ah, yeah, we crashed again.
Yeah, Pyrus definitely took some heavy damage from that exchange. Also, don't underestimate One Eye's little ship. It is doing some decent damage. If it can get, it
it like get itself into the ship.
It could be very, very dangerous.
I don't think One Eye needs to though, because Pyrus has lost a lot of its Pyrus' ship has lost most of its weaponry.
It still has some cannons, and One Eye is also damaged. You can see his right side is added.
But if we look at the health
explosion
bar on top, we can see that Pyrus has taken significantly more damage than One Eye. There's nothing special going on about this battle apart from that first dodge on the barrage. But like this is just 2 big ships, cannonballs waiting on each other. I like these kind of battles. These battles really show like whose ship was better designed.
And this now it's just one eye is slowly taking.
Yep, it looks like this battle has been pretty much decided. Congratulations to One Eye for winning our first round of stage 2. And let's move on to round 2.
Okay, round 2 will be Kiefer 5101 versus Verania, right?
Yes. No, the reason I asked the question about single player or multiplayer is because I think for a long time there has never been an update to single player apart from new parts.
Yes. I mean, I still have grand plans for single player.
Yes, but like a lot of us single players have rather gotten sick of well, I can't say I've gotten sick of the game because I still like building
I
ships.
I feel you. Like if you want to play mostly single player, there's not a lot to do. Right?
There's bounty hunter
I think that's
and
fair.
mods. But
I mean, multiplayer. When I decided that I wanted the game to have multiplayer, and I figured out like code wise how multiplayer was gonna work, then it kind of like it became important for multiplayer to happen sooner, just because that would be it's always easier to do multiplayer earlier rather than later. So that's why multiplayer got prioritized over single player. But after like the 0.14 series of updates, I'm probably going to start working on kind of more single player focused features again. So you have that to look forward to.
Okay, can we talk about the ship for a moment?
Yep.
So to
we've already seen Verania's design before, but,
yeah, but
let's talk about Kiefer's.
Yeah, Kiefer definitely wants to power up as fast as he can those railguns and rush in, trying to do as much damage as he can before Verania have a chance to power this gigantic ship.
Yeah.
Because Verania, if she can hold off for enough time, she will definitely have this. With so much weapons and so much shields.
Well, I wouldn't say that, because Kiefer's ship is really heavily armored in the front. And if Verania doesn't get a good angle, she needs to get through all that thick armor first.
I believe her ship is big enough so she can rush in, let him split her, and then just make the sides like go flank him in some way.
Octo here with the next generation of Cosmoteer battle tactics, getting split intentionally.
Okay, let's see. I think the railguns will be in range.
Verania is still moving back. She should know.
Oh, the railguns aren't fully powered. One of them.
Well. By the way, Walt, have you seen one of those railgun ships?
Oh, blocked.
Well, we'll talk about this later.
Okay. Ask me during the break.
Yes.
Yeah, a lot of cannon shots. Oh, this railgun does a bit of damage, not in though.
Okay, Verania trying to maneuver. Sorry.
Yeah, you can see the armor starting to deteriorate. English, hard. I definitely think since she was able to power the ship in time, Verania can win this.
Kiefer's doing a pretty good job of kiting her route, though.
I don't know how long he can hold that though because of the perimeter of death.
Because the railguns are actually doing some serious damage to Verania.
Not serious damage, but they are doing damage. That is correct.
Well, for the amount of
but
return damage Kuiper is taking, I think it's doing quite well. You
think
said
Miranda
before that.
just have,
Sorry.
I think Miranda just has so much firepower on this ship. It doesn't matter if she loses some cannons.
Well,
you can
you
still
said
keep it up.
you said before that Verenia's ship doesn't have enough reactors, and I think that's really showing here because she can't keep the shields up. To usually, like, once you hit a railgun shot, the enemy has time to get the shields back up, but in this instance, she can't do it. You notice that some of the shields that are down are still being still trying to get power right now.
Yes, I do. We'll have to see what happens here because if she can get up close and personal, I think she can just not one shot him, but close him.
By the way, I'm not sure Verenia will lose here. I'm just saying because this is the person that always gets second place.
Okay, that's a lot of cannon shots.
Turning on the boost thrusters to try and get closer. Ooh, that was a nice shot from the railguns.
Okay, and he's out of range. For the cannons.
Ooh.
Yep, that hit the that hit some of the thrusters, which is not going to be nice.
That's not gonna help.
Yeah, Verania just wrote I lost this, and she is probably right. She doesn't have enough thrust at this point to catch up to the kiter rail.
Her only chance right now is to use the perimeter of death to force Kuiper to do this, but maybe if she rushed at Kuiper and forced them to stay out of the perimeter, that could work.
I do not know.
Because Kuiper has already taken some damage from being outside. So if she can keep one of her control rooms alive... well, she would probably need some reactors, not reactors, thrusters left to execute the plan.
Well, very interesting. I didn't know Keifer 5101, but he seemed like he definitely have some decent chips.
I think that chip's more than decent. I think that's a very nice design.
Yes.
Incredibly, it has the firepower to get through shields, but at the same time, it's also fast enough to get away from the enemy ship. So,
It's a good ship.
Okay, so next round will be Polar Bear and Baven.
No, what the question I was asking before was that have you seen either of you seen one of those railgun ships that have that sort of layer their railgun shots to hit in the same place?
I'm not sure what you mean.
So,
Like railguns that are just really close together?
Yeah, so like there would be like a one space gap between the railguns, but they would turn the ship so that when the railguns fire, they end up hitting the same location.
Oh, because they're like firing as the ship is turning.
So that they'd have like double the penetration.
That sounds like a good strategy.
I Equalizer used one of those ships against me, and I'll say that it was the most terrifying thing I ever had to deal with. Because the first railgun shot would get through the shields, and then the second railgun shot would have its full penetration to hit through all of my armor and components. And because you know how interior shields don't work. Because you designed it. Of course you do.
Yep, because that's deliberate. It's not a bug.
Yes. Like that, I was hoping to see one of those designs here. But it looks like...
Okay, let's examine Baven ship first. Oh, it's a sumo ship. Finally.
Oh yes! We've been waiting for this!
That pleases me greatly.
Okay, and on the other side, Polar Bear have a wall. Now, I think
what?
walls are actually a good matchup for sumo. Kilo, I mean, the wall have a good matchup in this case.
Okay,
The
well...
boost thrusters. They're already out of energy, some of them.
Okay, it's gonna miss, it's gonna miss! That was a pet. No, that wasn't fast enough. I do like the way that it detaches itself so that one section will stay inside. But yeah, if you're playing a sumo ship, you sort of need to like land the first. Well, not land the first hit. You need to hit the enemy player.
Yeah.
Okay, so Polar Bear ship is definitely very agile. I think it can consistently dodge the sumo ship. We'll have to see. And some cannon fire is down.
So good hit on that reactor.
Yeah, that's gonna impact his turn rate. Now, Baven is against the clock here because he doesn't have any real way to fight back. So, if he takes damage, he's just gonna like lose more reactors and get slower, and that's gonna make his job even harder. I hope you remember to put some fire extinguishers because he's burning quite hard. Do you think sumo is a worthwhile design?
Here we go.
Oh, here we go.
Oh,
It's got a lock
how
on.
this goes. And they are out of the perimeter.
But Baven lost his little interior section though, so this might not be.
Yeah, he doesn't have a part in
Yeah. Do you think this is a worthwhile strategy to balance around Walt?
Like to make balance changes to the game because of it?
Yes.
I mean, if people can occasionally win strategy, that sounds fine. If it becomes a dominant strategy, that's definitely a problem.
No, I find it hard to believe it will be dominant in this meta.
Well, it's starting to take out the other champion right now, so.
Polar Bear still won that, so
yeah, it was close. If
effort.
he didn't destroy that little section in the middle, he probably would have lost that. So that was a good job. That was a good call by Polar Bear.
Okay, next we have Kuruko 101 versus Marklar the Great. Last for this round.
Baven is saying he can finally sleep now. The other question I was itching to ask, Walt, is that you've said before you didn't want to make Cosmoteer multiplayer very competitive. Like, you didn't want any sort of ranked ladder or anything like that.
Oh, no, it's more like, at least back when I thought that I didn't think Cosmoteer would work very well as a PvP game. It is worked a lot better than I expected it to. So
So you've changed your mind because I have
I guess I have gone back to not ruling it out completely, like ranked play. But don't expect it
Okay.
anytime soon.
Okay.
So Markla the Great changes ships. Let's start from the one on the top and bot. They don't have any backward thrust, so they will have hard time turning and steering. They do have cannons and a few electrobolts and shields.
You
The one
say
in the front,
it still doesn't have any backwards thrust, so his ships move
Yeah.
forward and sideways, but not backwards.
and Kuruko didn't change his ship. He's still with the triangle, kind of triangle laser. I definitely think Kuruko will win this, since
I'm gonna
Markla
say
the
that.
Great.
Sorry. I'm gonna like note that Kuroko's color scheme make it really hard to determine which part of his ship is armor and which part is corridor.
Yeah, but you
That's
can
true.
you can probably guess that pretty accurately.
Because when
Yeah.
I first looked at the ship, I thought that was really heavily armored, even though in practice it's probably like pretty squishy around the middle.
Kuroko is moving backwards slightly, while Mark looking like he's searching for a flank.
It looks like he's turned on some auto fire. Is that auto fire? I think it's auto fire.
No, I don't think it's out of fire.
Yeah, they're not aiming at anything.
Well, if Marklar can flank Kuroko from the back, then he has a pretty decent chance. If he gets inside the ship, then he has a good chance of winning this.
Okay, one of Marklar's ships is basically down already.
Like a lot of Roko's designs, well, not a lot, but like a lot of his brute force designs, Kuroko's ship doesn't actually have a lot of thrust.
Yeah. I really think that his playstyle is very diverse. When you can use kiters and wolves and triangle lasers. So he have an advantage over people stuck with one playstyle. But I think we've seen people do the diverse playstyle better. People like Dallas, who use the Armadillo and then use the triangle laser, the splitting triangle laser, and the railgun and the spinning missile. So I don't know what Kuroko was aiming for when he brought this ship. I think he might have done better with the ion kiter that he used, because those were really great designs.
Well,
I don't think that he will lose this one because of this mistake, but I definitely think it was a mistake.
well, we're still waiting for him. I think he's gonna win this, and I think he's gonna get the semifinals. So we still have a chance of seeing those ion kiters. Yeah, Marklar's ship are sort of getting in each other's way, which is not ideal for him.
Yeah, and that's GG.
That's GG. Congratulations, Kuroko.
Okay, so in the next round we have 4 people. One eye.
I can write down who's versus who already.
Keifer.
Round 1 would be One Eye versus
Keifer
Keifer, yeah.
5101.
And round 2 would be Kuroko versus Polar Bear. Probably should write 2 just in case people get confused. Like back to the thing about competitive Cosmoteer. I think that Cosmoteer, not the free for all, but in the team versus team modes, there's a lot of potential there Because at its core, Cosmoteer is like a RTS or a mobile game, right?
Sort of.
I guess.
Well, yes, it's like a. It reminds me of Company of Heroes, doesn't it? You're not really controlling a massive RTS like base building, resource collecting, but you're still giving like tactics to individual weapons and ships. Do you two follow what I'm saying, or am I making no sense?
Yeah, more or less.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like there's a lot of depth to the gameplay, and there's even more depth when you're actually designing the entire ship. You're not just making them. You're not just giving commands to units. You're also making the units themselves.
Yeah.
So like, there's a lot of depth here for the competitive nature of the game. It's just.
I think that because there is a ship which is mathematically perfect, if like it's kind of like a tic-tac-toe that once you get to the absolute solution, it gets kind of boring, isn't it? I don't know.
That
if
at
you
least
still
was
get-
my original fear. Is that like there would be clearly dominant strategies that were just really obvious, right? Like I felt like basically all good ships would be wall.
What?
And certainly there are very good wall ships, but not all good ships are walls. So it works a little better than I thought.
We're
it
about
would.
to see a good ship that's not a wall in action right now.
Yeah,
The
the
battling
railgun
ram?
kiter from Battering Ram V2.5 from KFL 5101 versus the UAA Biscay 900K H Laser Wolf 1.
We're just gonna call that One Eye and Kuiper because I'm not gonna pronounce UAA Biscay. I'm not gonna say that entire
so
sentence.
you can see One Eye is really abusing she is to stay out of the railgun's range as much.
Yeah, like this is another strategy. Even though you might like Verania had a wall, but Verania also had a wall for a ship, but Verania didn't do this good.
Oh, it's looking like KFL starting to do something else. Let's see. If he lets One Eye get too close, then yeah. If you can lock on like this to the side, you can do some
Yeah, you might be
significant
able to
damage
take out
with thrusters and railguns.
If I were Kuiper, I'd just fire right now. Try and get some of those reactors out. Not reactors. Why do I keep calling thrusters reactors? Okay, finally he's managed to point his ship towards
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
Ooh, look at
but
One
I've
Eye.
also- Oh wow.
How he pinned him down right there.
Oh, he's gonna lose the other railgun too. Oh
Yeah,
no.
this is over.
The small ship just made this game for One Eye. This is never underestimate the small ships. Good pilots can really abuse them. Yeah, so this one definitely going to One Eye now that his enemy have no weapons left. Just a matter of time until he gets the last control room.
Like, this is what I was saying about the competitive nature of the game. Even though they're both technically wall designs, one of them had more thrust sideways and better piloting skills. So, whereas Verania failed, One Eye succeeded.
Congrats, One Eye.
Okay, we have our first finalist.
Now, Polar Bear versus Kolruko.
Yes.
Kolruko.
We're just waiting for Polar Bear and Kuroko to join. This is gonna be interesting match because both players have thoroughly destroyed the competition so far.
Well, I think Polar Bear have a slight advantage if Kuruko will use the same ship. Now, if he will switch, I'm not saying he should switch to the Iron Kite, but if he switched to some other ship, like something surprising, I don't know what right now, he might get a slight advantage because Polar Bear might get a counter for the diagonal ion. And we'll have to see about that.
I just need to press for you to press ready, Octo.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just.
No, well, yeah, you're probably like it's isn't it like midnight for you by now?
It's 1:30 a.m.
Yeah, sorry about this.
Okay, so Kuruko didn't switch his ship, and Polar Bear got the cannon wall out, which is surprising because diagonal lasers are usually pretty strong against cannon walls. I don't know what to think about that.
Maybe he was expecting Rocco to bring out his ion kiters.
I don't know. Maybe.
You
And
sound
just
really tired,
crashing
Octo.
game. Well, yeah, I am tired.
Yeah. Apologies for
What
making you
time is
stay
it
up
for
this
you?
late. It's 1:30
Right
a.m.
now, yes.
Pretty late.
Okay, so
Well.
they're exchanging hits.
I think Polar Bear has realized that he's not going to survive a sustained confrontation. He does have superior maneuverability and speed, so he should be trying to use that to his advantage and flank. Well, not flank, but get behind Rocco. Or kite him. That also works.
A cannon kiter? Okay.
Did you watch the first tournament, Walt?
I'm sure I did. That doesn't mean I remember it.
Well,
Yeah, we had
Nakazuki
pretty
basically
nice-
won the tournament with a cannon kiter. Like that was some pretty spectacular cannon kiting. Unfortunately, because of my poor decision to also include a design and PvP in the same.
I won.
Yes.
And I won.
You never won a game, so I'll take pleasure in that.
Well, I mean, I only participated 2 times after that.
You did do pretty good though, so.
Ah, thank you.
Yeah, this is
Okay,
definitely
so-
some pretty nasty kiting.
Yeah, Kuruko is taking some damage from Polar Bear. I'm sure he's pissed because we all know his personality, right?
We don't need to
That's
announce
really-
it to the world though, so.
Oh, I remember how angry he was at Dallas when Dallas kited him in the tournament.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Kuruko. I'm really sorry.
This is the second time that he's gonna lose to Cannon Fighter. Like, this is just slow and methodical. Methodical. Like, to continuously fire his cannons in the ideal range while also not being in range of the enemy ship, it does actually take a bit of skill. Because most players would they would go out of range slightly. Or maybe it's because he has a lot of thrusters and the ship can autocorrect really easily. That's also possible.
I mean, it looks like he has those boost thrusters that he can basically power indefinitely, so that helps a lot.
Yeah. Because normally the ship AI, if you tell it to go to somewhere, it's gonna slightly overshoot it. Polar Bear has taken no damage so far, which is really impressive.
I think we have our other finalist.
Yes, I do. Well, It's basically tradition at this point that the champion gets to the finals.
Well, about the finals, I think One Eye and Polar Bear have a very similar play style, and in my opinion at least, their ship shows some kind of similarity in the style. So it definitely will be interesting.
Yeah, that is a lot of smoke in front of Polar Bear's ship. Meanwhile, Roko doesn't have much of a ship left now. Okay, congratulations to Polar Bear for cutting that one out perfectly.
And now for the finals.
And you can finally go to sleep as
Oh
well.
man, I was wrong in one of the players. Rania got taken out too soon.
Yes,
Still
that is
3 out of
unfortunate.
4.
I guess that means I'll have to remove her little tag. It's just like that. Well, maybe I should change the role to not so close yet so far to just so far. I think that would be
One
very
day.
mean, though.
One day, Verania.
All right. By the way, is it the first time One Eye has participated? I think we've seen him before, haven't we, Octo?
Whom?
One Eye.
In tournaments? Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so...
I think I know that at the second one he definitely was when he lost to Verania when they had a very similar ship because they designed it together.
Good old days in the Cosmoteer League. What happened to that? Did Orb leave?
Orb is just kind of busy in his personal life right now.
Yeah.
Not hosting too many games. Oh man, my English is just great in this sentence. Yay.
Don't worry.
We
my
had
English has
was
been-
up and running. We had was up and running. Great, Octo. Just great.
Oh, don't worry. I make plenty of mistakes. Ugh. Let's get this thing over
Yeah,
with.
but
Because,
I was talking about Polar Bear mentioned Kuroko taught him 80% of what he knows because usually we had those pairs in the Cosmoteer League when usually Polar Bear would play with Kuroko and I would play with Dallas or something like that. So just some memories. So, while I
not
please
that
get
long
ready.
ago.
No, it was. Let me tell you when was it? It was a few months ago, like half a year. I don't know. Let's check.
Okay, we've seen both these ships before, or all three of these ships before. One Eye with his cannon wool. They're not cannons. They're laser blasters, heavy laser blasters, and Sabretooth. Meanwhile, Polar Bear sticks with his cannon wool, which has done him much good in the previous battle.
Well, for your question, memories, it was 3.5 months ago.
Okay, that was a while back.
Okay, so One Eye small ship
Instantly destroyed.
already.
And One Eye has decided to like fight Polar Bear head on instead of like kiting or strafing or anything.
Yeah, and he's fast enough to keep up with Polar Bear kiting also.
Oh wow! Okay, that. Oh,
wow.
Nice shot. He just managed to take out two of disconnect Polar Bear's ship. That's impressive.
Yeah, very impressive. I think we can
Well, I don't think we can decide it just yet, but
I believe so.
okay,
because they have a
maybe you're
control
right.
room.
Maybe you're right. Yeah, I think you're right.
Do they have a control
Oh
room?
wow, that was really
decisive
fast.
victory.
Congratulations to One Eye for winning the tournament that fast. Oh god, I wasn't even
Oh
expecting
man,
that.
I was almost right in my predictions. Almost. Well, congratulations, One Eye, on winning the tournament for the first time. If I'm not correct, if I'm correct.
Yes, it is. His first time. And since Walt is here, he can instantly assign the champion role. I don't have to like.
Whoa, I can.
Yes, I don't have to like wait for you. Wait for a few hours for you to get online.
Well, Memories, you wanna fight me now?
No, why don't you two fight? Why don't we see Walt in action? We've never seen him in action before.
I can play a game. I gotta give One Eye.
Oh, One Eye, you want a game against Walt?
No. I'm saying I have to give him.
Aww. That was like the highlight of the event. We were gonna wait for Walt and Octo to
You can play
check it
against
out.
me, Memories.
Damn it. Alright. Oh wait, this isn't my new computer. I don't have any more ships.
Oh no, you want one of my ships?
Wait, I can fix this. I just need to find my documents folder. I would like to fight Walt Pyrus, but I feel like if I win, I'm gonna like not be a moderator for very long.
You don't get fired if you lose to me.
I won't get fired if I lose to you.
Should we do a free for all?
Oh sure. Let me just quickly go find my ship.
Oh wait, I don't have my. I'm on a different computer.
Well, you've made all those built-in ships, Walt.
Yeah, but they're all crap.
Oh, so you admit it!
You can use one of mine if you want.
All right, hold on. I'm leaving the game for a second. Switch to my other computer.
You heard it here first, guys. Walt admits all his ships are crap.
Pretty sure I've admitted that before.
Okay, I'm pretty sure you have. Does that mean I'm the one with... oh god, I feel like I might lose this one, then. Where's my backups? Backups. Wait, external if. Oh, that's a backup. Documents, see documents. Documents, there we go. Cosmoteer. My games. Why is Cosmoteer not in my games?
You ask us?
Well, I am trying to find it through my backup
Are
folder.
you searching for the? You're searching for the saved chips?
Yeah. It looks like I
being
might.
documents. I don't know.
Yeah, documents my game's Cosmoteer.
Yeah, it's because I switched computers, I transferred all the files into my external hard drive, and it looks like it hasn't managed to I've lost it somehow.
That's sad.
That is sad. That's unbelievably sad. Well, it looks like I'm just gonna have to go with one of your crappy built-in ships, Walt. Built-in ships. Oh.
I am not playing with a built-in ship.
Yeah, I guess I'm the guy who's gonna lose.
Is it a soon-to-be built-in ship?
No, I've had this ship for a while. It can definitely beat most of the built-in ships until, I mean, like it can't take on a terror, but.
Well, I mean,
get out of here, Polar Bear. This is our fight. This is my chance to be destroyed. Okay.
Okay, let's fight.
Octo, you're analyzing Walt's ship for me.
Okay, you want me to analyze it?
Yes, I need every advantage I can get.
It's not a design we've seen this tournament. That doesn't mean it's good. We'll see.
Okay, so Walt's ship is called Doom spinning Mach 2. Oh, it's a spinning wall broadsider. I get it. I kind of get it.
Octo's ship, a triple cannon. Did I say cannon? I mean railgun. Triple railgun ship with nothing but railguns. Looks like a very easy target to flank, and as such, I'm gonna run really far away. I am, of course, using the stuff that Wolt has left for me in the ship folder. Look, I'm not gonna say it, but I don't think I'm gonna win this one. Unless, of course, you two would care to have finished each other off first, and I'll just come in and take the scraps.
Let's see. Maybe.
Ooh. Oh, shield's holding. Shield's holding.
No, cannons, no!
Oh, well, that was a nice railgun shot. I better hit Wolt from behind before he kills Octo.
My ship.
I got the reactor. I got the reactor.
Oh, is it starting to spin now? Oh, so it does that.
Problem is when I
Interesting.
spin, I lose distance.
Let's see.
You know, I don't think this the Rachno is really good in these close fights. Maybe I can get a good railgun shot off. That's a design flaw that will need to be rectified.
Oh, the chain reaction? Yeah,
Yes.
built-in.
A lot of the built-in ships have chain reactions.
But Walt, you didn't build all the built-in ships, right? David?
No, some of my
also
friends
built
built them. Oh, I have 2 ships now.
No, what have you done? You've made him stronger. It's like Medusa.
What looks like
You destroy one half.
Unfortunately, neither one is very maneuverable.
I guess that's the problem, isn't it? You've got like your reactors on 2 sides.
I really need like another set of engines. Like,
Yeah, in the middle, probably. Oh, Memories, you're still alive.
Yes, I am.
Didn't
I
notice
am
you.
still alive. Hey, would you like a back massage?
Definitely.
Well, maybe you should like turn your back to face me instead of your front. Just saying.
Maybe another time, you know.
Oh, this is not good.
No, this is very good actually. For me.
Oh, ouch.
Oh. Oh, man.
ooh.
Yeah, that's the weakness of that ship. The reactor.
Oh, we've got one. We got one.
We can do
Leave?
it.
You're tearing up from me.
Oh,
What other choice do we have?
Yeah, I'll block a shot for you, Walt. Oh, never mind.
Oh, ow, that hurt. No, I'm.
You're out of control rooms, I see.
Yeah, I'm dead.
And the other one is burning up. Okay. It looks like Octo is
Ooh.
Looks like Octo is the best ship designer out of here. Well, actually, it is just Octo because I'm using your ship designs.
Memories. I mean, well, how many people can say they beat the creator of the game in the game they created?
Nobody,
Not
because
many.
because nobody actually know who Walt is, his pseudonym. You are literally the only person who can say that, so I hope you're proud of yourself.
Well, I've lost some games where people didn't know
It
who I
was
was.
Oh.
Yes, but you're like Octo is the only one who has recorded proof he trashed you.
Now Octo is on official record of beating me.
Maybe we could make it so that well, I doubt you have the time, but maybe if you keep hosting these, we could make it that the winner gets to fight you.
That sounds like a just reward. That means I'm gonna have to like start designing more ships again, though.
Well, when the game gets to Steam, I want the special achievement so that I beat the creator of the game.
Damn it, I could have gotten that achievement.
Well, this one was a nice tournament.
Yes, it was. Thank you to Walt and Octo, especially, for staying up so late to help me host this.
Thank you you guys for hosting, and
Did you
it's
have fun, Walt?
much appreciated.
Did you have fun?
I did have
Walt?
fun.
Okay,
I did.
that's good, because I was afraid that you were getting bored out of your skull. Sometimes I feel like, I mean, I always have fun hosting these, but I feel like I'm asking a bit too much of my fellow hosts, often.
Nah, it's all good.
Hopefully we'll have you again sometime. One day.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. Octo, come and finish us off already. Put us out of our
Well,
misery.
I only have half my thruster. Oh,
There you go.
GG.
Okay, GG. Anyway, congratulations to One Eye for winning the tournament, and we'll see you guys later. Goodbye, Twitch.
Goodbye.
Say bye-bye, Octo.
Bye.